Incremental greetings. Today I have something special to share. So this week I did a session with my friend Winston, and I see in his collection he has done this trickery. He is using tags, but what happens that in SuperMemo that doesn't exist. So you have to rely at some degree in a convention. And he's using concepts as tags. That means that those concepts you see here, in this case it's his piano collection. So the ABD, I think those are the notes or something like that. So basically, instead of setting the concept from the registry, you're just linking the concept. So this concept will never be set. Therefore, there's no concept group, the concept hook is never used, and it's only being used through links. Hey, that's a cool idea. Now recently I used the minimum concept principle, so that's the best timing actually. So in this video I'm going to show how it's done, or at least one of the ways that can be done, and I will do it actually for the first time as well, at least in this manner. So first you have here the concept registry. Those are the ones that I really want. So first, although it's not required, I would like to have a convention so I can distinguish what's meant to be a tag and what's not. So I will create just a branch folder and I will call it tags. So now instead of creating the concepts here, we'll do the other way around. We will be creating concepts straight away, and then I will be moving the concepts. It's a lot easier this way. So in the concept registry, you just click on add. Let's see. One convention usually is the hashtag at the very start. You could use dollar, whatever that may be, as long as you're consistent. One difference though is the sorting. Let's try that. So in my case, I will take a SuperMemo Guru. It's a good example that the concept is very broad. And it could be schooling, genius, so many things. So in this case, I will say for IQ, for instance. What happens now that in the sorting, it's at the top. It's not required, but for me it will be nice that the genuine concepts I will be using are at the top, and all of the dummy tags are at the bottom. And SuperMemo is using alphabetic sort and doesn't distinguish capital letters to lowercase letters. It's case insensitive. So how do you know you can make this to the bottom with a convention? By the value. The sharp, the dollar, which by the way are consecutive, one after another, it will be always first before the letters. So if you want to use something after the letters, that is your choice. There's not much actually you can choose from. So now it's at the bottom. Keep in mind that I renamed the concept registry member. I didn't rename the concept element. Those are different things. If you notice, it's still IQ with sharp. So perhaps that's what you want. That you want only to be this added character in the registry, but it's not required in the knowledge tree, in the element name. Feel free. So for my convenience, I will keep it. By the way, there's no issue to change. There's no need to change anything here. We are not going to use the concept hook. So the checkboxes are useless. Default priority, the templates, absolutely useless. And now I will move it here inside tags. And I will be doing the same thing for all of the concepts I want to use as tags. So let me take a look. Precocity. That will be a tag. That I can have paradox, whatever paradox that is. I think that's universal enough. Let's make it. So in this case, concepts. And even though I don't have to go one by one, I can just go here and do, what was that? Paradox. Boom. Another one. This could be theory. Principle. By default, they will be at the very bottom because it's using the root hook, let's say. So whatever you have in your collection as a root, it will become a child of that. Also, reminder, when you create the concept, it becomes the default. You don't want that because you're never going to use those concepts at all as how they are meant to be. So, reminder to go here, and in my case, it's imports. Cool. Now, I will just move all of them to the tags because I want this to be collapsed. I don't need to check this. I could even go extra mile and have hierarchy of concepts. I will do this now. Let's keep going with the next step. Now is how I set it. So let's go by the guru, precocity paradox. In this case, since I have already done this, I will use the browser. And instead of doing this set concept group, I don't want to set it. I want to link it. But I cannot do this in bulk in SuperMemo. I have to do one by one. So first, let me filter only items. But bad long-term memory in children results from what? Fast growth and restructuring of the brain. Cool. So in this case, the concept is SM Guru. And it will stay like this. But I will link other elements. I will be linking other concepts. So I can go right click, concepts, link concept. Which, by the way, what's the difference to link a concept and to link an element if an element can be a concept as well? Wait for this. Link concept. I have to choose on my registry. In this case, this is a paradox. Remember, the name is precocity paradox. Early instruction may hurt long-term growth. Cool. What happens in SuperMemo that, wait, I did the link? How do I know that? It's not visible. So every time you want to check, because perhaps you want to check now. Oh, let me know. Oh, do you see? I have the concept set. I know that already. But hey, I want to link the concept as a tag in this case of paradox. But did I did this already? I don't know. There's no way that SuperMemo can show me that. So I have to explicitly ask every single time. And in this case, view, link list. So in this case, it will always be itself and whatever is linked. In this case, is the concept of paradox. So that is the tag that is having. Let's do the two examples. Now I select this other item, which comes from the same source. Child prodigies often experience what? Burnout, adolescence or early adulthood. This may be an expression of early peak in development. It's, oh, you know what? Let me do the same thing. So instead of using the menu of concept and link concept, I can click here. Link the current element with any concept from the concept registry. And in this case, will be the same. Paradox. So now what's going to happen? If I click now, view link list, it's the same as before. Is the item itself and the concept. But now this concept has been linked twice, two different items, like this. So when you check it like this, is to know what's currently for this item. That means that if I repeat the process, and in the tag of paradox, I also add the IQ, let's say. I could have child prodigy, because IQ is not that related. But I want to cover all of the possibilities. So therefore, now, view, link list. Hey, those are actually, I could say that those are the tags of this element. Now, I want to get rid of this. How do I do it? One of the ways you can go is by the link registry. And now in the link registry, you see IQ. And it's always be itself. In this case, it's a concept. So it will be the concept itself and this item. So what I misclick, sorry. What I'm going to do is that I want to delete this one. So now, if I see it again, now I only have paradox. Cool. And now I want to create yet another one. So I go to the registry, create child prodigy. But wait, I want a convention, because I won't be using these as hooks, only as tag. And to follow my convention is that there are no white spaces. So I use the underscore. So now I do the same, and I link child prodigy. So what's going to happen now if we check the links? I have both. It's not the best experience because it's not designed to work this way. But with a hotkey, if you want, you can set this key binding if you don't want to use the mouse. Or you could use Alt V and K if you want. And there's a other perspective. Well, keep in mind every time. Imports. Now let's say that I want the other flow. Let me see what I have tagged with this concept, right? Let's see what I have with paradox. View, link list. Here you go. You can do it like this because the linking is commutative. An element to a concept. This concept will be linked to that element. It cannot be one way. So that means that if I go to the concept that in fact is a tag, I'm seeing this. And if I do this consistently as a tag, like I could do in Anki, then I could use this flow to create a subset review if I want to. Or to go neural. So I know that those, whatever they are in the knowledge tree, in this case are from the same branch. But if I keep doing this, it's very likely I will have items for different places with vague concepts that imports, SuperMemo guru, cognition, very broad. But hey, I have a more fine-tuned links with concepts. So I can go neural as well. Not only that, since it's linking, I'm not limited to one concept group. I can have more. In this case, I did 1 or 2, but I don't know if there's a hard limit. But I could limit 10 if I wanted to. So that is the idea. So next time, for instance, Bill Gates and non-incremental reading. Here I can use Bill Gates as a person. I could do it as a concept, but it will be a tag. Not, hey, whatever I have related to him. Myth. Hey, it's a good candidate for a tag, the myth. So I can fine tune as much as I want. So now, according to my priorities, I don't care. So I could have a tag for dyslexia and for toxic memories, which will be related to the coercion. In this case, that's the IQ. So I could use a tag of IQ and intelligence if I want to, and I can fine-tune this to the element. That doesn't mean that when I have this article, I set the tags of the article and that's it, and I move on. No, I can fine-tune that precisely. let me actually open the items here. So here, that will be more or less the equivalent. And that is the golden nugget for me. Something I have been doing for a while is to use this convention in plain text in SuperMemo. So that means that SuperMemo was a knowledge management, personal knowledge management app. I could link this as a concept. So the rule of thumb is what I will create in square brackets as a concept in the prose, in the text, is what I will be linking. So actually, let me check genuine examples of my collection. Okay, only 100 and something. Oh, good example. Knowledge Darwinism. So in this case, the concept is SM Guru, okay? But in this case, concept Darwinism, it's meaningful to have it like this. Maximizes knowledge coherence, which may be boosted by what? Based on connectedness, reconciliation. Perhaps reconciliation, if I do care, it will become itself a concept. So something I cannot distinguish as a tag, a concept tag, if it's front or back, question or answer, because it goes by element. Even though I don't care, because the Q&A for me it's one entity. So here, sucrose. What does sucrose, the source of refined table sugar, naturally originate from? Ah, wow, I reformulated this in my collection already. Learning, theoretical framework, knowledge. So in this case, is A, let me link this knowledge. Oh, what happens now? I don't have it. No worries, I don't have to go to the knowledge tree to create them. I can go here as well. And I will do it on the fly. So this is my convention. Knowledge. Boom. Has already been linked. And wait. It's a pity that it's really pity that I have to use this symbol, because I could use the square bracket as well. But it's the curly bracket that goes after the letters. But wait. The square brackets is after the capital letters. It's between the capital, the uppercase, and lowercase. So if SuperMemo was case sensitive for the sorting, which is not, I could have a convention that I will start always with a lowercase letter. So therefore, I can use the square bracket before that. For me, it will be the optimum, how I like it. Because now, let's do that. This is short. If I rename it, and I use a sync convention, what on earth? So that means that the lowercase are sorted with the values of the uppercase regardless in SuperMemo. It's case insensitive. So therefore, I can always use underscore if I want to as well. Or this. So that depends on you, how you want to do it. Those are different ideas. Here it's easier. With a smaller font, easier to notice and to read. Now I just add here and tags. But hey, let's say that I want to nest concepts as tags. As in Anki, I could have hierarchal tags. I could do the same because it's a knowledge tree. But SuperMemo will not know those are related. Okay, so now I have education. And I want an schooling to be a child. Done. And now I will put education inside my tags folder. So for me, now makes sense. I know as a human that unschooling is a child of education. If I ever go neural, in neural review, what happens is that the hierarchy has some weight in the calculation, some weight in the calculation. So the concept that is set has a greater impact in the calculation. But hey, this only stays true for those two. So if I want consistency regardless of where I am at in the knowledge tree, perhaps I want to make this explicit. So therefore, what I could do is, hey, this is an schooling. It's blank, but I can still link it. This unschooling is a child from education, so I link it. So if I open this, if I open the link list, I have a relationship of two concepts. It's not limited to an item or a topic. It can be an element. That is a concept. So I know that unschooling and education are related to each other. They are not just parent and child in the knowledge tree. So if I'm fine-tuning this, if I'm consistent with this, and I have a very rich collection of many different let's call it concept tags, well, then I can go neural. I have some meaningful path to go through the neural review. So that's everything I can share today. I can tell you that I will be using this idea. That doesn't contradict the minimum concept principle because are concepts by convention, but I won't be using those as concepts, even if they are in the registry. So we'll let you know with time how this evolves, and I will try to go neural in different stages of richness of links and see what happens. So nothing more to add today, and see you incrementally.